All right, beautiful people of us of freedom all over the world, wherever you're joining us from today. This is Talk Waves TV, your one and only updated news channel, that gives you the back-to-back news and information on all the happenings around Biafran territory. Please enjoy this wonderful news, and do not forget to share this to your brothers and your sisters. Share to everybody, within your contacts as you enjoy this wonderful news. All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Yes, I don't carry another matter call for you today on this wonderful YouTube platform where they give you the Ogbonge news and informate as it is up for Biafran territory. Yes, straight to the matter what I carry come for you because we know they waste time on this issue. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he don't come out. Onyendu don't come out, and once again, they speak to Biafran on the matter where they happen concerning issue for DSS dungeon. Do not forget that Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been the one and only true Biafran who has fought tooth and nail for the freedom of our people. In his wisdom, he gave the mantle to the one and only Simon Èkpà, who is currently handling the Biafran struggle. That was a very smart move. People did not know. But the reality is, despite all said and done, evidences have actually proven that truly Mazi Simon Èkpà is the true disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was saying it, he was screaming loud to the world, and yet the world, some Biafrans actually, failed to believe him. But every evidence have showed currently that Mazi Simon Èkpà was the hero that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was talking about. That the Biafra might not even come from him. That is Nnamdi Kanu. That people will take over the struggle, that he have people who will take over the struggle. We didn't know that that person was Mazi Simon Èkpà. The way he came out, his emergence, and from nowhere, he took over the struggle is still something that is even surprising the Nigerian government. The struggle wasn't really about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said it and he clarified it. But the struggle was for the whole Biafran. And as we can see, the Biafran struggle has gotten to another level because we have seen the freedom that everybody was talking about. We are seeing the freedom that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was talking about. We are seeing this freedom that Mazi Simon Èkpà has been talking about. Every move that Simon Èkpà has made is to the freedom of our people. And now that the referendum voting will be kicking off on February 1st, we are seeing that everything has come to actualization. Make I pause here, make I give you the news where I carry come for you on Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The news: Nnamdi Kanu requests UK's intervention in his continued detention and trial. The news proper: Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has requested the UK authorities to intervene in his trial and continued detention at the facility of the Nigerian State Security Services (SSS). Since his rearrest in July 2021, Mr. Kanu, a British Nigerian citizen, has been detained at the SSS facility. He is facing terrorism trial at a federal high court, Abuja, currently. In a letter dated 18 January and addressed to the House of Commons, the lower chamber of the UK Parliament, the indigenous people of Biafran leader appealed to the lawmakers to prevail on the UK government to intervene in this matter in Nigeria. Aloy Jimako, Mr. Kanu's special counsel, who signed the letter, said he had the instruction of the indigenous people of Biafran leader to do so. Mr. Kanu, in the letter to the parliament, detailed how he was first arrested, his initial trial, and how he fled Nigeria after Nigerian security forces invaded his hometown in Abia State, Nigerian southeast. We know the story. We continue. The indigenous people of Biafran leader in the letter presented some prayers which he pleaded with the parliament to consider for possible implementation. Urgently intervene in His Majesty UK government, strongly urging it to promptly make demands on the government of Nigeria to unconditionally release of Mr. Kanu from detention. And repatriate him to the United Kingdom and to levy sanction against the government of Nigeria if it fails to comply within a reasonable time. The letter read in part. Mr. Kanu urged in the letter that his extraordinary rendition to Nigeria from Kenya inherently destroys every prospect for a fair trial in a jurisdiction that levied the rendition. He cited previous court ruling in the UK to support his position. The indigenous people of Biafran leader said in the alternative, the parliament should promptly intervene with His Majesty's government, strongly urging it to make binding proposal to the government of Nigeria to agree to conduct his trial in the UK instead of Nigeria. He urged that since charges preferred against him by the Nigerian government were alleged to have been committed by him in the UK, there are legal reasons for which he should be tried in the United Kingdom rather than in Nigeria. Mr. Kanu mentioned his British Nigerian citizenship, human rights concerns, existing Nigerian British diplomatic consideration, security and safety, fair trial and prospect of political interference are some of the reasons for which he should be tried in the United Kingdom. Mr. Kanu went forward to say if conducting his trial in United Kingdom will be impossible, the parliament may alternatively intervene with His Majesty's government, urging it to make binding proposal to the Nigerian government to agree to conduct his trial in a mutually agreed neutral third country other than Nigeria and the UK, as was done in the Lockerbie trial of Libyan nationals. The letter said the decision to make the request to the parliament was propelled by undue levity with which the United Kingdom government has so far handled Mr. Kanu's matter. He said the indigenous people of Biafran leader believe that he has not been accorded the full legal and diplomatic protections he is entitled to as a bona fide British subject. And that is that on that issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have heard the letter he has written rather to the United Kingdom government. But one thing I want to clarify is it not the same United Kingdom that have failed to defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Is it not the same United Kingdom government? The United Kingdom is biased, and that is just a fact. They have truly proven that they are biased and they are as corrupt as Nigerian government. In fact, the whole issue of corruption, that Nigeria has actually learned, came from United Kingdom with the way they handled them, Nigeria when they were still ruling us. That was before we got our independence. The United Kingdom, they are biased. And this issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has proven and exposed the United Kingdom in the way that they have handled the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has proven that these people do not give a damn about Biafrans. It's so painful. Just imagine that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was, a United States he was from the United States. He was a citizen of the United States, just the way he is a citizen of the United Kingdom. Okay, let's take for example Simon Èkpà. He's a citizen of Finland. Do you remember where the Nigerian government, kept on telling the Finnish government, to arrest Simon Èkpà? I know how they've done everything possible to bring down Simon Èkpà. There was even a time, Simon Èkpà was taken, for questioning, despite all the whole propaganda that the Nigerian government, were committing, and how they were putting pressure on the Finnish government to bring down Simon Èkpà. But the reality is that the Finnish government did the right thing. And that is why you see Simon Èkpà, he has a strong foot in fighting for the freedom, because the Finnish government understand what it means to fight for freedom, and they have been truthful. They have been truthful with their laws. Unlike the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom failed to protect one of their citizens. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu still remains a citizen of United Kingdom. And that is just the fact. So the big question is, why is the United Kingdom suddenly quiet about the ordeal and the abduction of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, knowing fully well that he was abducted illegally? Think about it. So it's good that Onyendu is writing to the United Kingdom, but the reality is that with every fact, pointing to the fact that the United Kingdom is biased, the reality is that nothing is going to happen. His freedom is not going to come from the United Kingdom. They have not done anything. They've literally been quiet about his ordeal. Just look at the way Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was abducted. He was kidnapped. Just take for instance that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is not a Biafran. The reality is that the United Kingdom would have taken him out of that DSS custody instantly. Why will he be there for 2 years? For what? But that is the level of corruption that is ravaging both the Nigerian and the United Kingdom. We know. But despite the ordeal of Onyendu Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, I saw one of the comments that Simon Èkpà highlighted on his S handle, formerly known as Twitter, where Onyendu Mazen Nnamdi Kanu posted that nothing will stop Biafran restoration. And we can see that Mazen Simon Èkpà has taken over, and the way he's handling it, nobody can stop Biafra at this point in time. And that's what the matter be for my mouth. Thank you once again for joining us, and yet again to listen to this wonderful news we will carry on for you. Please do not forget to share this video to as many groups, to as many platforms as possible. Make our people know wetin dey happen as it is hot for Biafraland. God bless you and your family.